Happy April, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this month's RPAG Scoop. I'm Ashley Passo, the Senior Marketing Specialist here at RPAG, and I'm here to walk you through what's new, what's changing, and what you need to know to better serve your clients this month. We've got a lot packed into this edition, from important compliance developments to a brand new RPAG member benefit that's designed to drive advisor growth. Whether you're deep in client meetings or just coming up for air after Q1, the Scoop is here to help you focus on what matters and stay efficient with your time. Before we jump into this month's segments, I do want to take a moment to share a few quick announcements that are important to know this April. Let's start with some timing updates for this month. So the Q1 scores will be released on April 15th. If a plan is linked to PAL, fund balances will appear by the 20th. For direct data users, fund balances will appear by the end of the month. Stable value fund data will be available 30 to 45 days after quarter end, while GIC data will be available 45 to 60 days after quarter end. And as always, with our quarterly scores coming out, we also will be having the market review, so keep an eye out for that, as well as the accompanying video, and also be on the lookout for our Q2 fiduciary hot topics. And speaking of PAL, if you've ever found yourself spending hours manually pulling plan lineup and asset data from record keeper websites, you definitely need to join this session. It's happening on April 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time with our systems data manager, Christy Smith. She is an absolute rock star and knows the ins and outs of PAL, and there will be a live Q&A session at the end of the presentation, so you'll have to stick around for that. To find the registration info for this, you will go to our webinars page or just keep an eye out for your inbox in your email. If you are not already subscribed to our emails, you can go to our blog page, which is insights.rpag.com. And although upcoming digital sessions are very exciting, we also have some throwback sessions that were just released on our YouTube channel. So if you were not present for our 2020 virtual national conference, we have released all of those videos on YouTube for you to view at your convenience, as well as our recent fund research made easy with RPAG session with our advisor service associate, Brooke Vasahi. And as always, we have brand new resources for you in the Resource Center. Starting off with our updated RFP Express provider overview, we are constantly updating this to make sure that you have the most up-to-date record keepers accessible for RFP Express. You can find that in the RFP Express folder underneath the RFP and fee benchmarking tab. We also released the April retirement time, so if you would like to send those articles to your plan sponsors and the participant memo to their employees, please go find that in the newsletters and memos tab of the Resource Center. And then last but not least, we have the scorecard system explanation underneath investment due diligence in the articles and information folder. Now that we've covered the essentials, it's time to talk about something new and exciting. Our latest program designed to help advisors connect with innovative partners and access exclusive strategies. Our first segment for this month is with our very own digital marketing specialist, Melody Ravanipour, talking about the Retirement Technology Partnership Program. And trust me, this one's worth paying attention to.
Hello, everybody. I'm Melody. I'm the digital marketing specialist here at RPAG, and I'm going to be taking you all through the What's New segment for this edition of the Scoop. Starting off, we have our national conference. The save the date is already out, and this year, our 2025 national conference will be happening in Chicago, Illinois at the Four Seasons. It's going to be happening from September 29th through October 1st. You won't want to miss this opportunity to connect with peers, hear from industry thought leaders, and gain actionable strategies to elevate your practice. So make sure you mark your calendars and stay tuned for more details in the coming months. And if you haven't already, make sure you sign up for event updates so you don't miss any key announcements. We are excited to announce the launch of a new RPAG member benefit, the Retirement Technology Partnership Program. The Retirement Technology Partnership Program connects you with forward-thinking asset managers committed to your growth through innovation, support, and exclusive strategies. One critical benefit of this program is an expansion of exclusive discounted CIT strategies. And we're proud to launch the first exclusive share class under the Retirement Technology Partnership Program. Available now, a CIT sub-advised by Victory Capital Management and trusteed by Great Gray Trust Company. This Retirement Technology Partnership Program delivers on three key pillars: collaborative retirement innovations, aligned support, and exclusive strategies. We're being intentional with who we partner with. We're only working with forward-thinking asset managers, the kind who are actively developing new solutions and strategies to help you better serve plan sponsors and participants. That means you'll stay ahead of the curve with early access to product innovations and smarter ways to tailor offerings using plan and participant data. It's not just about the products, it's about partnership. With this program, you'll have the opportunity to work with asset managers who understand how your business runs and how to make it grow. With joint wholesaler training, aligned messaging, in-person workshops, and our annual RPAG conference, we are fostering better collaboration that translates into better service to your clients. As mentioned, you'll have access to exclusive retirement-focused strategies through dedicated share classes available only through RPAG. That means more ways to help your clients reduce fees without ever compromising on performance or innovation. You may also be wondering, are FlexPath CITs still available? And yes, FlexPath sub-advised CITs are still a part of your toolkit in the RPAG platform. This program just expands your toolkit. Next up, we are so excited for the upcoming NAPA 401k Summit. For everyone that is attending the NAPA 401k Summit, make sure you stop by our booths. RPAG will be at booth 215 this year, and Great Gray will have booths 413 and 414, one of which is going to be a golf simulator with a giveaway, so make sure you go by and give it your best swing. We will also be having office hours at both booths. Jesse Taylor, RPAG's Senior Vice President of Business Development, and Luke Vandermillen Jr., who is Director of Business Development, will both be doing office hour sessions on ROI profitability reviews. And Martin Graham, our Senior Marketing Manager, will be doing a session on digital marketing. And we will also be having Duran Jennings, who is one of our ASAs, doing live demos and answering any portal questions you may have. So make sure you keep an eye out on your emails because there's going to be times where you can book your office hour sessions. These will be 15-minute windows you can book so you can plan ahead. There's also going to be incredible sessions happening, a couple of which I just wanted to highlight. Join Jesse Taylor for a forward-thinking discussion on the future of retirement planning and how advisors can stay ahead. For anyone who's looking to attend, his session will be April 30th at 9:15. Moving on, join Dan Daldegan, board member of the parent company of RPAG, on April 29th at 9:40 for an expert discussion on simplifying plan menus for better participant outcomes. We hope to see you there and make sure you stop by our booths. Thank you all so much for joining me for this month's edition of the What's New segment of The Scoop. I'm going to be passing it back off to Ashley now.
Thank you, Melody. And up next, we are turning to compliance, which is an area that is always better to be ahead than trying to catch up. Jenny Kiffmeyer, our ERISA expert, is here to explain a brand new program called the Voluntary Fiduciary Correction Program. If you've ever dealt with late deposits or loan errors, this is a segment that you will want to watch closely.
Hello, I'm Jenny Kiffmeyer, and welcome to the RPAG Scoop. Today, we will be talking about the new ability to self-correct under the Voluntary Fiduciary Correction Program with the Department of Labor. This is brand new, takes effect March 17th of 2025. It's a no muss, no fuss approach to being able to correct certain plan errors using the Voluntary Fiduciary Correction Program, but the new self-correction process. Now, who can qualify for the self-correction process? So the plan, neither the plan nor the plan sponsor can be quote unquote under investigation by the Department of Labor. Now, what does that mean? That means that the plan sponsor has not already received an investigation notice from the Department of Labor with respect to their plan. So if you have not received the investigation notice, the official notice, you may be eligible for the self-correction procedures. Also, to qualify, the error must be one that's considered an eligible inadvertent failure. And this is one that means where the plan already has processes and procedures in place to avoid these types of error, but despite their best efforts, an oops happens and an error is created. So it's completely unintentional error. That means it cannot be an error that is considered egregious, which would mean one where the assets are used for the benefit of the plan sponsor, or if it's to avoid any taxes that the plan sponsor might be subjected to. Moving on to more specifically what types of errors can be corrected, it really gives the ability for plan sponsors to self-correct two of the most common plan errors, and those relate to number one, late deferral deposits and loan repayments, and number two, eligible inadvertent participant loan failures. Again, the participant loan failures have to be ones that there are processes and procedures in place to avoid them, but again, an error happened despite best efforts. So let's drill down a little further with respect to the late deposit errors that can be corrected. There are really four criteria that must be met. Number one, the lost earnings owed on the late deposit is $1,000 or less. Number two, the delinquent payments and earnings must be deposited within 180 days from the date of withholding. Number three, the plan sponsor pays all penalties, late fees, and other charges. And interestingly enough, those penalty amounts are paid to the plan, not to the Department of Labor. And number four, the plan sponsor files online the self-correction notice with the Department of Labor. With respect to the late deferrals, we also have to include lost earnings as part of the correction. Now, to calculate those lost earnings, the Department of Labor wants you to use their online calculator, and the calculation should be done from the date the amount was withheld to the date it is deposited to the participant's account. Moving on to the types of loan failures that can be corrected through the self-correction process under VFCP. The types of loans are four. Number one, it can be a non-compliant loan based on the amount, duration, or level of amortization of the loan. Number two, loans that default due to a failure to withhold from the participant's wages. Number three, a failure to obtain spousal consent for the loan when it is required. And number four, loans in excess of the number permitted under the terms of the governing plan document. What are the specific steps to file for self-correction? They're very streamlined. Number one, the plan sponsor makes all the necessary corrections according to the new guidance. And if it is an error that relates to plan loans, the plan sponsor will be following the correction methods of the IRS's Employee Plans Compliance Resolution System. Number two, the plan sponsor has to submit online what's called the self-correction component notice, as well as other documentation to substantiate that the correction was made. And this is all uploaded online at the Department of Labor's website. And number three, very important to keep all records, including the record retention checklist, as well as the self-correction component notice and any of the other documentation to substantiate that the correction was made. So keep all of that, a copy of that for the plan's records. Once that is all submitted to the Department of Labor and the Department of Labor approves the correction, the plan sponsor will receive an email acknowledgement that the DOL approves the correction. Very, very important to keep that email acknowledgement for the plan records, again, to confirm that you did self-correct under this program. It is still required that if it's a late deposit, that the plan sponsor report it on Form 5500. Let's keep in mind, too, that the standard voluntary fiduciary correction program is still in place. Now, that's a more involved submission process, and penalties and fines might be a little bit higher under the standard program, but it's still a way to correct the error before the plan comes under investigation. And it's so very important to do that, to identify any kind of error as quickly as possible, step forward and correct it under the self-correction or the standard VFCP program or the IRS's EPCRS program. The DOL and the IRS are very much more forgiving if you come forward versus waiting for them to identify it and come to you. So in summary, we've got a brand new self-correction process for certain errors under the Voluntary Fiduciary Correction Program with the Department of Labor. It's a streamlined process, it's online, and you'll receive an email acknowledgement that the correction was approved. If you need more detail, please see the link that I've included in the slide here that will take you right to the information provided by the Department of Labor. And thank you again for joining RPAG's The Scoop. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Jenny. So let's shift gears for a moment. Whether you're training a new team member or just need a refresher of the RPAG resources that you use every single day, this next resource is incredibly valuable for you. Melody is coming back on just to tell you all about our Road to Success mini-series now available on YouTube and our webinar page.
Hello again. I just wanted to pop in and quickly let you all know about our Road to Success mini-series. The first one is your guide to RPAG. This is a comprehensive tour of the RPAG portal designed to help you navigate your road to success. This session is perfect for both new advisors and seasoned users who are looking for a bit of a refresher. We provide a step-by-step guide to accessing all essential content and resources, from benchmarking tools to plan diagnostics, while showing you how to generate professional-grade reports that resonate with clients. Consider this your GPS to mastering RPAG and making your day-to-day operations more efficient and effective. Next up, we have our scorecard diagnostics. In this session, we'll take you through a deep dive of our scorecard, showcasing its unique design, the data it analyzes, and the strategy behind its implementation. Discover how this solution evaluates plan performance with precision, helping you identify key areas for improvement and providing you with the insights needed to guide clients toward better outcomes. Shift into high gear and make this scorecard a cornerstone of your advisory services. Then shifting gears, we have Benchmark Pit Stop. When it comes to evaluating plan costs and services, every detail matters. During this session, we'll pull into the pit stop and explore RPAG's robust benchmarking suite, including RFP Express. Learn how to compare fees, assess plan providers, and showcase the value you bring to your clients with clear, data-driven reports. Whether you're trying to attract new prospects or deliver additional value to your existing clients, this session will equip you with tools to dominate the advisory highway. Get ready to make benchmarking your competitive edge. And the last stop is the social media highway. In today's digital world, your social media presence is your vehicle for connecting with prospects and clients. Join us as we cruise through the best strategies for marketing yourself and your business. Learn how to craft compelling posts, establish a personal brand, and stay engaged with your audience. From building trust to highlighting your expertise, this session will provide you with a roadmap for turning your social media into a powerful tool for growth. Shift your marketing strategy into overdrive and leave your competition in the dust. You can find all the sessions to this mini-series on our YouTube channel and our blog page. So if you haven't already, make sure you go check it out for a ton of wonderful insights.
And I am going to heavily advocate that you watch the social media highway session. It's not only because I am the speaker, but because it is very valuable to have a strong online digital presence when you're trying to get new business. And moving on, we have Alexis Patnode. She is answering one of the most common questions from our members. What's the difference between fees and expanded fees?
Thanks, Ashley. My name's Alexis, and welcome to this month's segment of Ask an ASA. This month's question is, what's the difference between fees and expanded fees? Well, let's take a look. When you access a client's plan page, you'll be presented with all of their plan's information, including their fees, located within the 5 cards: investments, fees, demographics, plan design, and advisor compensation. When you click on the fees card, you will see 2 tabs: the Fees tab and the Expanded Fees tab. The Expanded Fees tab is where you are able to enter in all of your plan's fee information. As you can see, there are quite a few data points within this section here, which will then be reflected into the Short Fees tab, which is a summary of your plan's fees. The Expanded Fees tab does reflect onto the Short Fees tab. However, the Fees tab that we are currently on does not reflect onto the Expanded Fees tab. The current Fees tab we are on does reflect into the plan fees suite, whereas our expanded fees tab will pull into reports such as the fiduciary investment review and total cost analysis. Within your fees card, the weighted expense ratio does get pulled in from your investments card. The net fees pulls in from the expanded fees tab, as well as the TPA fees, excess revenue, and TPA credits. Thank you so much for listening to this segment of Ask an ASA. See you next month.
Thank you, Alexis, and thank you for watching this month's edition of the RPAG Scoop. From critical compliance updates to new growth opportunities and advisor information, we're here to keep you informed and working smarter every month. And as a reminder, if you're heading to the Napa 401k Summit, please stop by our booth and Great Gray's booth. We will be holding those office hours, and we would love to see you. And as always, thank you so much for being a part of the RPAG community. We'll see you next time on Monday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, for another round of insights, updates, and advisor-focused content. Have a great month.